Horses, of course, are without a doubt very rugged and robust animals. In fact, ask any horse owner, and they'll quickly tell you that's the case. But with one exception, their hooves, which are often fragile, but without question, are their most important asset.
In horses, the hooves are probably just as important as the heart, and that's always been said, that the hooves do carry heartbeats in them. If you do not have healthy hooves, then you're going to be pulling from all other parts of the horse's health. So we've just got to stay up on that, make sure that they're sound, and then for whatever that we may be, using the horse for, they've got to be able to fulfill that job or that, expectation from them, and that's our job to make sure that they've got the proper care.
Basically, the easiest way to think about, how important a farrier is a horse is a very big animal, and all that weight comes down to four, little support beams. And, at the bottom of those is, that's where we work, is just on the feet. I mean, you have to take care of the feet in order to keep the horse sound. You have to keep them well trimmed, well balanced. You have to look for other issues. Yeah, I mean, that's just where it all starts. You can have the healthiest horse in the world, and if his feet aren't taken care of, he's not going to be worth anything.
However, putting shoes on a horse, even trimming their feet like what is being shown here, isn't an easy task. In fact, it's a skill set that takes a lot of training, patience, practice, and knowledge. And most, Cade included, even go to school to learn how to do it best.
As far as, putting a shoe on that foot, I mean, you're adding something that shouldn't be there onto that foot. And then, if you think about it having to, then that becoming the extension of the foot. I mean, you can't just throw anything on there. It has to go and be able to flow with the horse. If you think about that, horses, when their feet move, I mean, they're missing each other by, small little sections, and you throw in a piece of metal on there in the wrong way can easily start, making interference. And yeah, it takes a lot of skill.
One of the most challenging parts of the job for farriers is how physically taxing it can be.
Trimming, like we're going to do today, trimming you can go pretty quick. You can do one in 20, 30 minutes. Shoeing one, depending on if it's real simple or the horse is real good, between an hour and 30 minutes. When I first started, half a day to do one horse. But you'll be surprised once you get, if they're horses especially if you've worked on them before, because then it's just kind of like maintenance work. It gets a lot easier.
Reporting in Clayton for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.